Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Coming soon are one of the biggest AliExpress sales of the year, the AliExpress Summer Sale. And I thought I'd put together a list of watches that would be great for the summer. These are all watches that I personally own. I bought and paid for them with my own money. And it's a healthy mix of different styles. Some homages, some original designs. Prices will range, but with the upcoming sale, there's definitely going to be coupons, and I'm going to leave those and the links in the description. I'll also leave links in the description to each of these watches. Summer watches are meant to be fun, but they also have to be functional. And I've got a collection here ranging from GMTs to dive watches and everything in between. So let's get started. First up is this Thorn 50 Fathoms No Radiation watch. And I love this watch because this is a bronze cased watch. And my watch doesn't look like this anymore. It's beginning to patina, and it's really taking a unique color of its own. You can get this without the logo, as I did, or you could get it with the logo, if you prefer. It's a 40 millimeter bronze case, 14.2 millimeters thick. It does run the NH35 movement, so it is going to have a ghost date position. The canvas strap, while it is very attractive, it is the weakest link of this watch, in my opinion. Mine is beginning to show some age, but what I love about this watch is that thick top hat style sapphire glass. It really is a beautiful watch. This watch has incredible lume as well. And for $165 before any discounts, coins, coupons, I think this is a great value watch. Very unique piece. And the logo doesn't look bad. I just like having that no radiations applied on the dial. Here you can get a better look at the lume. Next up is the Tactical Frog chronograph. And what makes this watch really nice is that it's a solar chronograph. I have this bright yellow dial. However, if that's not your taste, they have a few different options available to you. This blue is also a very nice piece and might be on my list to pick up in this next sale as well. And Tactical Frog really gives you a lot of bang for your buck. You get 200 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal, solar chronograph, 316L stainless steel, screw pin links, a beautiful bracelet. The only thing I did with my bracelet was I swapped out the clasp for an on-the-fly micro adjust clasp that you can pick up also on AliExpress for under $20 a piece. Great colors, great lume. As you can see, even the hands on the subdial are loomed. They don't last very long, but it is there. Maybe you're the outdoorsy type. Well, then this watch might be perfect for you. This is the Thorn T012. They call it the mountain can. It looks like a tuna can watch, but it's made of titanium. It's an NH34 GMT movement. This is a real strong watch. The band is comfortable, but I swapped out the strap for a Velcro strap just to give it a more sporty look. And this is another well-spec'd watch made of grade 2 titanium, an NH34 GMT movement. 47 millimeters seems a bit wide. I'll have to measure that. I don't believe that's accurate. 22 millimeter strap, sapphire glass, excellent lume on this watch as well. You get 200 meters of water resistance, and that is just one beautiful dial. You have a compass style bezel, 120 click unidirectional bezel. This is one of my favorites, and I find it on my wrist all the time. I also love the large screw-down crown, real easy to grab. One thing about Thorn is they never have sale prices on their watches, but if you can use your coins and discount coupons, you can definitely score a good deal on a really beautiful watch. Maybe you plan to do a bit of traveling this summer. The Thorn GMT that I just showed you is certainly one option, but here's a more classic option, an homage to the GMT Master 2. This is from Bliger, aka Tandorio. They've got a few different combinations, a few different colorways. Here is the Coke with the Jubilee bezel. I have the Batman with the Jubilee bezel. Now what's nice about Tandorio watches is that they use 904L stainless steel for their bracelets, similar to what you'd find in a Rolex. Because of all the different options, you also want to pay attention of what you're ordering. This is the no logo with the orange GMT hand. I ordered this by accident, contacted Tandorio to let them know that I was really looking for the more classic blue GMT hand. So I reached out to them, asked them if they could send me the no logo with the blue GMT hand, and they were more than gracious and made that change for me before they shipped it out. You could get this also with a couple different movements. So if you're looking to save some money, you could certainly go with a different movement, or you can upgrade to an NH34 for just a little bit of an upcharge. There is also a shipping charge, as you can see here, but when you combine the shipping charge with the price, it's still a tremendous value. Normally, if there's red on the bezel, it's going to be an aluminum bezel, but not with the Tandorios. If you're ordering a Pepsi bezel or a Coke bezel, anything with the red in the bezel, you're going to get a ceramic bezel, not aluminum. Another added touch of luxury. You can get a Jubilee bracelet, an oyster-style bracelet, a rubber strap. There's tons of options when it comes to Tandorio. But I highly advise you to go with a bracelet over a strap because, as I mentioned, they come with 904L stainless steel bracelets, and the clasps are on-the-fly micro-adjust clasps. Maybe a classic Submariner homage watch is something that is more to your taste, and for that, there's Steel Dive, and I have this particular one right here with the ice blue dial and the Jubilee bracelet. In fact, I own many Steel Dive watches. I have the black dial, I've got the blue dial, I've got quite a few of these, and they're all fantastic watches. Tremendous lume, great value watch. This is priced a little high at $85 plus $10 shipping. I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can get a better deal than this, but this is just to show you the different examples of what they have to offer. Lavender watches, royal blue dial watches, green watches. Lots of different colorways with lots of different strap and bracelet options. This is one of the most popular watches you'll find on AliExpress, so I'm sure you're familiar with the specs. NH35 movement, 316L stainless steel, sapphire glass, excellent lume, 300 meters of water resistance, a sapphire crystal. These are just fantastic watches, which is why I own quite a few of them. Now, if you're someone who loves the look of the Submariner, but are looking for a bigger watch, you're a bigger guy, then the Steel Dive SD 1964 is perfect for you. It's just an oversized version of the Steel Dive SD 1953. 1,000 meters of water resistance. It's got that helium escape valve. This is just a beautiful watch. I own this watch with the radiant red dial and stainless steel bracelet, but I will tell you this watch is heavy, and I swapped out the bracelet for a strap just to lighten it up, and the specs you would come to expect from Steel Dive. Sapphire crystal, a 47 millimeter case, 22 millimeter lug width. If you're into big watches, you are absolutely going to love this watch. I own two of them. The lume on this big watch is tremendous. It just goes on and on and on. Definitely one of my favorites, and one I enjoy taking to the beach. Another great summertime option and one of the most versatile watches you'll find on AliExpress is the Steel Dive SD 1970. This is the watch that I purchased. This is the first one that I purchased, the green dial with the stainless steel bracelet. But this watch being so versatile, I'm constantly changing the bracelet out for a variety of different straps. I'll go from leather to NATO, back to the stainless steel strap. There's just so much you could do with this watch. A 44 millimeter case might sound large, but with a lug to lug of 47 millimeters, it fits very comfortably on the wrist. I would have to think that the black dial is one of the more popular, but I don't own one. I do own the green and I own the blue. And out there, some of the older generations, there's some yellow dials, some really funky colors. I haven't picked one of those up yet, but it's definitely something worth considering. I'm not a big fan of these straps. I have gotten them on a few watches and I immediately take them off. They're not very good. And you gotta love the dial on this watch with its multiple colors. Now, if we're talking about summer watches, it's really hard to find anything more summer than this San Martin SN0116. And this is the exact one that I have with the rainbow colored sapphire bezel. A truly beautiful watch with that beads of rice bracelet. It's one of the most comfortable watches I also wear. Now, if this isn't your particular style, they do have a lot of other fun colors as options. You can also find this watch in a GMT version if that's something that suits you better. And what can you say about these colorways? They're beautiful. Great lume on the dial, and it lasts. Traditional sizes, 39.5 millimeter case, 46.5 millimeter lug width, 316L, NH35, sapphire glass, all the specs that you're looking for in a quality watch. Having that sapphire bezel really is a game changer for this watch. And it also includes on-the-fly micro adjust clasps. This is definitely one of my favorite summer watches. And there you can see the clasp. Now here's a watch I just received yesterday, and it's not on AliExpress. This is on Joma shop, and this is the Bulova parking meter chronograph. This is an unbelievably cool watch that you really got to see to appreciate. The leather strap on this is one of the most comfortable straps I've ever worn. Nicely padded and thick, 22 millimeters. The watch is a little on the large side, as you can see, 43 millimeters, but because the lugs are underneath the watch, like you would see in a tuna watch, it's very, very comfortable, very well balanced, and very lightweight. $295 makes it one of the more expensive watches in today's video, but there is a $20 off coupon where you can get this down to $275. And keep in mind, it's a very limited edition. I believe 5,000 of these were made. I don't know how many are left, but keep in mind it is a limited quantity. So if this is something that you're considering, you might want to get it sooner rather than later. And from one of the most expensive watches in this video, we go to the very least expensive. And this you could find on Amazon. Now this is a copy of the D1 Milano Sketch, which sells for about $200, but you could find an exact copy of it for about $25 on Amazon, and that's before this 10% coupon. I bought this white one, the D1 from D1 Milano, for $195. I picked up this black one just a few weeks ago for $25, and comparing the two side by side, the only difference I could see, obviously other than the logo and the dial, is that the bracelet, while it's the same, the D1 Milano has a soft touch feel to it, where this brand does not. However, the case, the bezel, has that soft touch feel, so it's quite possible it might be coming out of the same factory, but the bracelet is coming from a different location. But this watch is so light, about 47 grams, you'll absolutely forget it's on your wrist. I wear this a little larger, almost like a bracelet, where it's just loose on my wrist. It's so comfortable. And you could get this with a couple different strap options and several different colorways to choose from. For $25.98 before a 10% coupon, in my opinion, this watch is a steal of the summer. Unfortunately, you're not going to find this on AliExpress. You're going to have to go to Amazon for it. Typical 40 millimeter case, so this should fit just about every wrist, and you could kind of wear this with anything. You could wear it when you're going out in the evening. You could wear it during the day. I don't know if I'd take it near the water because it does have only 30 meters of water resistance. It is a screwed back, so I wouldn't trust it around water other than washing my hands with it. Watch from Tandorio, the Serica homage. Now I picked up this red one here with the NATO strap, but if I had my choices, I'd probably go with this blue one here because it just looks so much nicer. It's still a fun watch for summer. It has an NH35 movement, 316L stainless steel, nice size at 40 millimeters, 48 millimeter lug to lug. It really is a good looking watch that's easy to wear. I like that it has no crown guards. It's a nice clean design. And for $110 or just under $111 before any coupons or discount codes, this is a pretty good value watch as well. So you take a look at that color now versus the red. And finally, we have this watch from Beauderry, the Admiral GMT Titanium. I have this one that you see right here with the pink dial and the pink aluminum bezel. But if that's not your flavor, you could always get it with a black bezel, or they make the Admiral GMT in a few different varieties. One thing about Beauderry, they are spec monsters. It's an NH34 movement, 200 meters of water resistance. It's very lightweight, being a titanium case and titanium bracelet. Very comfortable watch. You forget you're even wearing it. Now, this is not the box that I got. The box that I got looked more like a container car than a traditional box, which I thought was pretty cool. So for $168, you get a lot of watch for your money. You get a sapphire crystal, a titanium case, a titanium bracelet, NH34 movement, 200 meters of water resistance. Now, as promised, I'm going to leave links for all of these watches in the description. However, I strongly urge you to do your own research. As I did a search for these watches, I found a lot of them are now charging for shipping. When I bought these watches, I know I got free shipping for all of them. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So use the links to get to where you need to be, and then from there, if you want to explore, find better options, they're open to you. The watch from Joma Shop, as well as Amazon, those of course do offer free shipping. Another thing I want to point out is that these are in fact affiliate links, so should you make a purchase, I may receive a small commission for your purchase, but you won't pay a penny more. And these are my 12 summer watches for 2025. Tell me what you think. Tell me which is your favorite by leaving a comment below. Thanks for watching.